Just realised that you've applauded a man for walking and facing in the right direction. You patronising bastards. To be honest, I've been walking for about 40 years, so it wasn't that difficult, and there's really not a lot of space on the edge to face in the wrong direction, so I managed to get that right, I guess. Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate it. I appreciate things a whole lot better these days. Essentially, since last week I nearly died, or more accurately, my girlfriend tried to kill me. What happened was, I was round at her house and I'd taken a drink of wine. Just as she made me laugh and I was choking, I couldn't breathe. And I ended up spitting all over the sofa. And so she stabbed me. Now, I have to pull that right. She's in the audience tonight, so I have to say she didn't stab me at all. I made that up, but just try not to spill any drink on a chair, just a little warning. No, she didn't stab me at all. What happened was, I did spit all over the sofa, but then there was still a little bit of wine stuck in my throat, and I couldn't breathe, and I just ended up staring over a beige carpet like this, a fuzzy beige carpet, and I'm, just thinking to myself, don't vomit, which I thought in the circumstances was quite polite of me. And eventually I did manage to cough up and actually breathe, so don't worry, I made it through. But afterwards my girlfriend asked me, did my life flash in front of my eyes? And I'm not sure the answer to that, because, as I say, basically it was just a fuzzy beige image in front of my eyes and me thinking, don't vomit. To be honest, I was hoping for a little bit more out of my life, but maybe that was it. It's made me realise basically that perhaps I need to get a new life. Surprisingly, it's perhaps not the most painful thing that I've ever had to endure. That will be an anal fissure. I don't know if you know what an anal fissure is. It's basically a small tear in the muscle of your back passage. And it is the most painful thing known to man. I deliberately say man, basically because I realise, there's ladies who perhaps have had children and they perhaps sat there thinking, oh yeah, try passing something the size of a melon through your fanny. I can't, I'm sorry ladies, I don't have a fanny. All I could think of perhaps was to pass an orange through my penis. Fine, we might end up with a nice fruit salad, but you wouldn't want to serve it at a dinner party, would you? Oh, lovely fruit salad. Is it from Waitrose? No, homegrown. Oh, yeah, you can really taste the difference. Exactly. Anyway, I have it on good authority that an anal fissure is actually, the most painful thing known to man. And I have it from a lady who has passed 2 melons through, she's passed two melons in one sitting. So twin melons. But she also had an anal fissure and says that she would rather give birth than have an anal fissure. And for those of you who don't know what it's like having an anal fissure, let me just explain. Basically, it's like having a fish hook inserted into your back passage and then slowly having your feces dragged out of you bit by bit until you can't take any more. And you realise that you have to go to the toilet, which is a mistake, because as soon as you get into position like that, to be honest, I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm sure you all know what position on the toilet is. But as soon as you're down there, your body realises that it realises you're in position, and then shoves a red hot poker up your arse until your tears are just hot steam, and you're begging for everything to just fall out, so that you don't have to squeeze, because that is the worst thing you could do. Believe me, you don't want to get one. I really recommend you don't get one. If you do accidentally pick one up from eBay, send it straight back. You're not going to want to keep it, and certainly don't give it to anybody as a present. It really wouldn't be appreciated. The only thing I can think of perhaps maybe as painful as an anal fissure would be to have a Prince Albert through your John Thomas. The rods, and then having that ripped off by a rough lover. oops, I've ripped your cock off, sorry love, do you want this back? I'm sure that'd be up there. Well, obviously not up there in that condition, but I'm sure it'd be quite painful. It's basically from that thought that's made me decide not to get one. I did think it for a little while, not for the enhanced sexual pleasure, it was more for the avoidance of splashback at the toilet. Basically my thinking was, if I had a rod through my penis, I'd be able to go to the toilet and be able to pee in sort of two directions, so sort of at an angle. And so I'd be able to avoid getting that uncomfortable splashback on my trousers and on my shoes. And admittedly the guys next to me might not be too happy about it, but I'd have dry shoes, so I'd be alright. And then I'd be able to go and wash my hands and leave the toilet, leaving a wet, soapy door handle, as people who tend to do that are prone to do. I can't understand these people. They must go in to the toilets, relieve themselves, see the sign, now wash your hands, and then look around. There's no more signs, there's no more instructions, so they must get confused and just leave out the door, because they're muppets, basically. Anyway, I think it's about time for me to exit anyway. I'm going to walk off stage and face in this direction, so thank you very much.
John Seals, ladies and gentlemen, that's why you bought the iPad.